Hello and welcome, Awesome Aries. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com, and I'm here to do your July horoscope, July 2020. Well, another really big month this month. Mercury is retrograde until the 12th, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And we also have a thunder moon eclipse going on in your 10th house. So big changes coming up for you around your career and perhaps your social status. If you haven't followed me before, I'll just give you a really quick rundown of what I'm going to be doing on this video, because it's a bit different to how other astrologers and psychics and tarot readers operate. So firstly, I'll pick two theme cards for you, which will be your themes for July. We'll have a look at your horoscope. I'll do a 5-card spread as part of a tarot reading for you, and then I'll finish up with a psychic summary. I should say, when I'm drawing the cards, I actually do some psychic channeling with that as well. And then the psychic summary. So let's have a look now, and we'll go to the board and see what's in store for you as I pick these two theme cards. Okay, let's see what comes out for Awesome Aries as theme cards for the month of July 2020. Going with that one there. And I close my eyes now for Awesome Aries, and what do I see? I see waves. Okay, so it's a bit tumultuous because the ocean and the waves are waves coming up out of your subconscious, and they're a little bit rough. Okay, it's not a storm, but there is quite a stiff breeze blowing, and this is your mind. The breeze relates to your thoughts, and you could be chopping and changing your thoughts about something, or some things rather, plural, because there is a fair degree of breeze blowing down there on the edges of your subconscious, okay, coming up. The card is the Knight of Swords. Okay, so this is about your thinking because it's swords, okay, the mental realms. And this is about you taking the big picture view this month. Don't get caught in the details, but look at the big picture, what is actually required in order for you to expand your horizons, because that's what knights like to do. They like to spread their wings and fly. And this knight is on the wings of on the back of an eagle, being carried higher and higher to look at the big picture. There is a mountain or two down here at the back, which represents challenges, okay? And eagles are very good at overcoming opposition and finding a way through the challenges of normal everyday life, okay? So new changes, especially around your career, and we'll have a look at that in a moment. So that's your first theme. It's almost like you want to go out and sow your wild oats in some way. I actually put a Facebook post up the other day about that. I said that I got married young and I didn't get a chance to sow my rolled oats rather than my wild oats, my rolled oats. Okay, the second theme for you, Awesome Aries, for the month of July 2020 is that card there. Closing my eyes now, and what do I see? They're showing me a hammer and a nail. It's a very big nail, and that means hitting the nail on the head. So they're just confirming what I've just said to you here with the Knight of Swords, and we come up with the 9 of Wands. This is coming to the end of a process now, where you may have been working on something. You might have felt excited by something and it sort of didn't pan out, so you could be feeling a bit exhausted or tired at the moment. There was lots of action taken and you're coming to the end of it. A few wounds perhaps, action taken, but maybe it didn't turn out exactly as you wanted, okay? So bearing that in mind, the things that you do in July when you're feeling really motivated and inspired, just double check before you actually make a decision to go ahead. And one of the reasons for that is that we do have Mercury retrograde until the 12th, but there's also a shadow period either side of that. And with Mercury retrograde, sometimes there's misunderstandings, things don't turn out, and you may find that, it's not all that you desired. Okay, so let's have a look at your horoscope now. I wouldn't actually, before I go on with that, I wouldn't, be worried about this. This means this is happening because there's a new start coming towards you, and you can get motivated about something else. Okay, so there's points of success here, but not entirely. Okay, so all right, let's move on to your horoscope now, and we've got Venus conjunct Venus from the 15th of June to the 4th of July. This gives you a great desire for love, and so all love feelings are enhanced. You may also meet some new people, or either for friendship or a more personal relationship, and something beautiful could begin. So something could finish so that something beautiful could begin. That's nice. Warm feelings come with that. Okay, Sun is in your 4th house from the 19th of June to the 22nd of July. 4th house here. This is your home and family. So it's a chance for you to build trust and respect at home and with your family members. It gives you a strong foundation for the future, and it gives you a lot of insight and awareness to what's going on with family dynamics, and joy and happiness could flow from that. Mars is in your 1st house here, and it really gives you the energy for being decisive and forthright and expressing yourself, what your true heart's desires are. You do need to watch that you're not too overly headstrong. It is time to take the lead, but avoid impatience. Try not to provoke other people because you're changing, and you could be changing your identity in some way here, and perhaps they don't like it. But it's your identity to change, so you can do what you will. We also have Jupiter conjunct Pluto from the 21st of June to the 8th of July. And this one gives you a need for personal recognition. It's time to better yourself and know your own independence, okay? Because you are independent underneath, but perhaps, you might have been reticent in showing that part of yourself. Okay, so create your own independence because you can achieve prosperity, promote yourself, and advance yourself. Some people might not like it, but that's too bad. Express your interests and desires. 29th of June into the 17th of December, Saturn is in your 10th house up here. Okay, so the 10th house is the house of career and also social status. And with that going on, there could be some sort of challenges, especially if you've taken any shortcuts in around your work. You could get found out, so do be cautious. But if you've acted responsibly and with integrity, you could actually be promoted or recognised. It's a time of fruition, and you'll reap your just rewards one way or the other. A period of success and accomplishment, or one where you face your failures depending on your previous behaviour. Integrity in the past now brings you success. 13th of June to the 14th of July, Saturn sextiles your ascendant, and this brings harmonious relationships. An authority figure could help you out now, and that might be a government agency, assist you in some way. It's a time of maturity, of being serious, but this gives you confidence, and you take more responsibility, and people recognise you for that. 14th of June to the 15th of July, Saturn conjunct Saturn, And that's, again, a time of seriousness. You may question yourself about major decisions that you've made in the past. Could be a lot of self-analysis. You're becoming more mature and responsible, and you're ready for greater responsibility if you've passed previous tests that the universe has given you. If you have passed those tests, then you're getting ready for a new cycle of success in your life. If you didn't pass those tests, you could feel dissatisfied and thinking about deeper issues that, maybe you think you could have done better. The full moon is in your 10th house on the 5th of July here, and the full moon here brings up a time of transformation in your career. You could be really questioning if you're in the right job at this time. And it's the thunder moon, by the way. It's actually called the thunder moon, the full moon in July. And so with that, there's some sort of transformation in your work over the next few months. Venus sextiles Chiron from the 8th of July to the 12th of July. And this is a chance to rectify issues in close relationships. Reach out to those close to you now with new understandings, and new attitudes will develop. 12th of July to the 16th, Mars squares Taurus, disputes and disagreements. So think before speaking, try not to be impatient, or you could end up being frustrated. 20th of July, the new moon in the 4th house. Okay, so new moon is the start of new beginnings at home. Maybe you're thinking of renovating. You could be really thinking of downsizing, selling real estate, selling your home, or, changing it in some way for the better. Okay, and this can also be with family members as well as your actual physical home. You may sort of renew or rejuvenate your relationship in some way. July 21 to August 22, Mars is in your 5th house. Okay, so sorry, I've got that wrong. That doesn't make sense because Mars is over here. Scrub that. I must have written the wrong thing down there, just reading off my notes here that I've made. Mars must be going into your 2nd house, not your 5th house. And so you could be feeling energized with regard to making money, okay? 17th of July to August 2, Jupiter sextiles Neptune. Okay, this is a great time for sharing your ideals. It's a great time for bettering your relationships, and you're expanding your life, especially your idealistic ideas. You might be sort of become more interested in helping other people or in charities and things like that with Neptune. It's also a good time for trips to spiritual places if you can travel, depending on, what stages of lockdown you're in regarding COVID. Okay, so there's a brief horoscope for you. Let's have a look now at what the cards show as far as a tarot reading. Okay, so Awesome Aries. Looking at these 5 cards, the first one for the first week of July. That card under there wants to come out. Let's go with that. Closing my eyes now, I see the ocean again. Then I see somebody chopping something on a chopping block, and that's about self-nurturance. It's like food, cutting up food to prepare a meal, nurturance, and the nurturance of others. Well, you could be feeling a bit trapped by that, maybe looking after too many people and not looking after yourself enough, because we have 8 of Swords. Your thoughts are actually running you round in circles, so take control of your head because they're restricting you. Your thoughts. You're telling yourself what to do and how to do it, and there just doesn't seem to be enough freedom in your life at the moment. Okay, the good news is that you can take these chains off yourself. You don't need to get stuck. You can actually move forward. So this is the first week of July. So just watch what happens with your thoughts. Maybe write everything down because it's time to take those chains. You'll become aware of some of your limiting self-beliefs and how to change them. Second week of July for Awesome Aries. Okay, going with that one now. Closing my eyes now, and what do I see? I see a butterfly. I see a flower. It's a hibiscus. It's a funny shade. It's a pastel-y shade. I'm not sure if it's lavender. I think it's lavender or pale blue. And anyway, I see a butterfly on this flower, and that suggests to me that maybe you've been through a time of sadness, but new life springs from that. And this indicates, the Ten of Wands indicates the end of a cycle where you did feel inspired and you've worked hard, and now you've come to the end of something. And so there was a lot of action taken, but there's a lot of growth here. So she has a green skirt and there's green in the background. There's also a hill up here, which has been a challenge, but a challenge that has been overcome. So soon it will be time for you to reap the rewards that you have sown. Okay, third week of July for Awesome Aries. Let's see what comes out for you for the third week of July. Okay, going with that card there, closing my eyes, and what do I see? Yes, I'm in the snow, and yes, again, it's like winter. And I know it's not winter in the US, but you know that sort of isolation, and sometimes you can feel a bit down in the winter months. It's like that. But the snow, the good news is the sun is on the snow and the snow is melting. Maybe you've been in survival mode and protected your heart, and life has been a bit cold or a bit difficult, and now the warm sun is coming and opening things up for you. This is the Five of Cups, and it does suggest disappointment. You see the raindrops here in the background. That suggests tears. Something has been lost, because there's 2 cups separated from 3 cups over here. So something has passed. And yes, it's a time of sadness. It could be that a relationship has changed in some way, and initially you might be disappointed about that. However, I know why, and that is so that something better can come. The sun is on the snow now, and the snow is melting so that spring can begin. New life is coming. Let's go with that card. Excuse me, coughing still. Closing my eyes, I see a beautiful box, and it's like a gift, and it's just waiting there for you to open it. And this is like a birthday present or some sort of gift that somebody's given you. It's a beautiful pink box, and this is to do with your finances, the 8 of Pentacles. This is your spirituality expressed through what you do to make money. Okay, so there's a spiritual element here, but it's also about work done as a result of your cleverness, your spirituality, and work done with your hands also. So whether that just be typing on a laptop or whatever, or actually building things or making things with your hands, but there's a level of craftsmanship done in a spiritual manner that brings you a reward. So this here, what's coming up, it could be the loss of a job and then another job comes. Or it could be the loss of a relationship and then another relationship comes. Let's have a look the last couple of days of the month for July. Last few days of the month for July for Awesome Aries. Let's go with that card. No, I don't want that card. I want a card that sings to me. Okay, let's go with that card. Closing my eyes now, and what do I see? I see I like I'm in a gorge, and it's full of beautiful flowers and plants, and they're all growing. It's a bit tropical, and there's a stunning sort of native lily or orchid that I can see, and this is the Page of Swords. So new thoughts coming in, good news with your thoughts, a bigger picture. There's a much bigger picture here. This is sort of analytical ability, cutting, dissecting, making decisions through your mind. Okay, and you'll see these clouds in the background. They're giving way to a little bit of blue sky coming in there. So by the end of July, there's been some considerable change, either with the work situation or possibly a relationship, but most likely a work situation, because we have so much activity happening here in your 10th house, all about your career, and then there's a bit of activity sort of activating your home life as well. So we have swords, wands, cups, pentacles, and pages. Okay, so right across all of the suites there. Alrighty, so now I'm just going to close my eyes and finish up with a psychic summary for you, Awesome Aries. The doors are opening. I see candles here that are alight. These are your hopes and dreams. And then the doors are sort of up further in the distance, but not a long way away. So the opportunities are coming. You could be in the situation where you have to choose between two opportunities, because I see a couple of doors opening around the same time. So these are decisions that you have to make, perhaps about what job you will accept. If you're looking for a job, they could also be financial decisions to be made, or something to do with relationships as well. They're telling me, I see a toilet here, that tells me that you've got to get rid of some old baggage that you've been carrying, but that's okay, that's normal, and we do that every day, and it's a great release and a sense of freedom, and you feel much better. So that's good news. Okay, Awesome Aries, I hope you found this helpful. Please leave me a comment. I love to listen to your comments. And also don't forget to subscribe if you've just come across my channel now. I would really appreciate that. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you're regularly advised of my new videos. I'm doing a lot of videos these days. But most importantly, have a wonderful month, Awesome Aries, and I shall see you again soon. Okay, thank you, and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.